Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking the astrology for January 2023. That's right, January 2023 has some amazing energy. The first part kind of feels like we're getting everything pulled together and things are going right. It just really depends on how this second half really stacks up to kind of count our January a good one or a bad one. I know. So let's start with January 16th, 2023. That's right. Our moon in Scorpio squares off against Venus in the sign of Aquarius. And our moon is our emotions. In the sign of Scorpio is all about kind of our intense, kind of like undercurrent energy. And squaring off can be either a good thing or a bad thing, but usually it's kind of like we have two different purposes and we're kind of pushing at each other. One may win out over the other for you, but sometimes they just kind of seem to kind of push energy at each other. It's kind of like two corners, like everybody's coming together at that corner. So Venus is all about our love and our desires and our passion. In the sign of Aquarius is all about that revolutionary energy. And today is going to be one of those days where you're just going to feel like, I can't pull it together. I don't really know where I put it. It's one of those, a lot of people may be saying like, I got my ducks in a row, but I don't know where my ducks are. That's today. That's today's energy. January 16th is all about that. And it's one of those, there's only two things that are going to really motivate you to change today. That is your emotions about your moon energy, your emotions, or Venus about love. Those are the only two things that are going to be like really shifting you forward of what you need to move into. Next, let's move to January 17th, and that is our moon moves into the sign of Sagittarius. This opens up a lot of possibilities. The energy starts to turn around, kind of like starting to get you motivated, starting to get you moving. Sagittarius energy is very friendly and open-minded, but it's very focused and moving and going energy. It's not just like, hey, let's do nothing. No. Sagittarius has got to go and do something. And so kind of making some changes, ready for that, exploring some new changes for yourself. January 18th, we have our Mercury going direct. Mercury has been in the sign of Capricorn for a little bit. It's been in retrograde. If you didn't know, not in the world I know about, it's in retrograde. So today it actually starts moving direct. And it doesn't mean that it's completely out of retrograde. It means it's out of full retrograde energy, moving into post-shadow energy. Be in post-shadow energy for a couple of weeks as it kind of lightens up and gets less and less. Means that you can start feeling like things are moving forward again, maybe kind of more freedom in what you're putting on your calendar. Maybe your resolutions have been, you've been holding off of them and kind of like, I'm not really sure if I'm ready to start all of this, but your new year has begun and now is the time to kind of get that ball rolling and starting things, changing and modifying and getting in some good energy. Let's see, also on January 18th, we have our sun in the sign of Capricorn, conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Our sun is our ego, and Capricorn energy is all about being practical and mastering. And so it's one of those, we've got that conjunct and kind of conjunctions bring in, and it's one of those, it's either blending or, merging of two energies. And so these are kind of blending in this sign. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, kind of things that you wanted to let go of, things that you wanted to release. So let's see how this really affects us today. Our personal power is going to be on hyperdrive today. And you can really focus on areas where you can take on some more control or some things that you're ready to step up into some leadership roles. This is going to be that day where you're really going to want to like, yes, I'm ready to do it. Game on, we're ready to go. And this can make you kind of recognize your own inner strength. Like, wow, I got through this and I didn't think I could, or was kind of concerned, and now I did really great. And kind of bringing up your passionate in your life, kind of like bringing that passion towards what you're doing and how you're moving in your world. It's going to be a great day. Let's start on January 19th. we have our moon enters the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn energy, like I said, is very practical, yet very ambitious energy. And with our moon in Capricorn, it's kind of bringing on our emotions. Our moon energy is all about our emotions. So discipline, we may have to kind of discipline ourselves, kind of put ourselves in the corner or fire ourselves for a few minutes, because it's going to take us a while to kind of get on the right track, because we've got our emotions coming up. Like, I want to feel something. I want to bring something into this world that is like ready to move forward, ready to move and flow in this energy. And so we're going to be kind of pushing those terms a little bit different. Let's go into January 20th. Our sun enters the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius energy is that revolutionary. We're ready for change, independent. I don't want to conform to what everybody else wants. If everybody else wants it, I really don't want it. Kind of that kind of energy over the next few weeks. And this is going to be bringing ourselves to push ourselves forward, kind of pushing ourselves outside our comfort zone. What are we ready to get into? I would also say that this is really bringing people kind of like a new outlook, a new future, a new kind of path that you may want to really like, yeah, that's what I want. I want to go for it, and really pushing that energy. Next, on January 21st, we have our new moon in Aquarius. This is our first new moon of the new year. And so we've got some really amazing energy with this. And like I said, Aquarius is all about kind of bringing in the new and focusing on your dreams. What are you ready to future into? Getting excited about what opportunities are coming for you. And this is a really great time to do some meditations of moving forward into 2023 and kind of like, where do I want to be in April and May and June or July or August or December. It's one of those moving that energy forward and kind of, where do I want to go with this? Let's see. On January 22nd, we have Uranus going direct. Now, it's still in retrograde, but it is heading direct, so it's kind of softening its energy. Uranus is making some changes that we're ready to kind of felt like we've been stalled out on. Kind of one reason or another, things have been kind of getting in our way, and now we're ready to kind of push some amazing energy in this area and kind of take some steps towards some changes that we've been really wanting to move forward, and maybe kind of alleviate some frustration that we've had for a while in this area. It's like, yeah. Okay. Also on January 22nd, we have Venus in the sign of Aquarius conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. And so, like I said, Aquarius energy is that revolutionary kind of energy. Venus is all about love, and Saturn is about structure. I know. So this can be very strong in discipline. You may have to kind of crack the whip for yourself and kind of like, okay, I've got to get it in order. But you're going to be quick to make some changes and move forward with goals, moving forward with where you want to go, what's coming up next. And I would say this can even be in the short term of like, what are your goals right now? In the next 2 or 3 days, what's my goal in a week? What's my goal in a month? And really pushing that energy going into further long-term plans. Where do I want to go in a few months? Where do I want to be in next year? So this is going to be bringing in some amazing changes for us. On January 23rd, our moon enters the sign of Pisces. And our moon, of course, our emotions, and our Pisces is all about flowing. So we are going to have some flowing energy in our emotions. And this can kind of bring up our empathy and our emotions in expanding and kind of like, where are we going with all of this? What is coming up next? How are we doing all of this stuff? It is going to be great. And kind of really being more comfortable with being a help to other people or assisting other people. And this can also be wanting to be there for others. That maybe something that we're normally not accustomed to. This can be something that can bring like, wow, I really do want to be in a service to other people, or I want to help other people. Let's see. January 24th is our sun in Aquarius sextile Jupiter in Aries. And our sun is our ego. Aquarius is all about that revolutionary energy. Sextiling is all about creating opportunities. Jupiter in Aries I will link the video beneath because there's some amazing energies in here. So this is gonna really open you up with some great opportunities coming around, kind of creating their own way into your life. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to go, yes, you can go. Don't wait for that gate to open in front of you. Go now. Go, 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 go. Get going. Don't wait for things for someone else to start them. Make sure that you're starting what's really important to you. Kind of really make sure that you're starting that energy. Let's see. Next, on January 25th, we have our moon entering the sign of Aries. And Aries is that fire energy. Here we go. Energies and enthusiasm will kind of take over and kind of pushing us, propelling us forward, kind of like that fire engine of propelling us forward into what we're excited about. This can be a great time for finishing up on your goals or your accomplishments for the year, kind of like what do you want to see, your bucket list, where does that come in, and just kind of being ready for what's next, being ready for what part of your life is coming up next. Let's go into January 26th. Venus enters the sign of Pisces. Love is around. Pisces is really that very flowy, very compassionate energy. And that compassion energy is in the sign of love. So we are going to fall in love with all things. It's one of those, that dreamy romantic time. There is a great time, no matter what's going on around us, to be inspired, to feel love and feel compassion and really feel really connected to the other people in our world. Let's go to January 27th. Our moon enters the sign of Taurus. Our moon is our emotions, and we're going to feel stability and security and being able to kind of be on the top of our thinking and where do we want to go next. Grounding ourselves may be really helpful during this time frame. So make sure that you're really grounding your energy. Make sure that you're really pushing some grounding, amazing energy during this time frame. Let's see, on January 29th, we have our sun in the sign of Aquarius trining Mars in Gemini. Our trines are all about flowing easy and communication. And so our sun is our ego. Our Aquarius is our revolutionary energy, and Uranus is that hippy-dippy, let's change it all attitude. And then Taurus is really that kind of like sensuous, peaceful energy with us. Where are we going with all of this? So let's move to January 29th. We have our sun in Aquarius trining Mars in Gemini, and this is going to be bringing some really great energies. Trinings are all about kind of like that communication and that easy agreements. Our sun in Aquarius, our sun is our ego. Aquarius is that revolutionary kind of change. Trining in Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini is our war of words kind of coming in, and communication. And this is a great day to really focus on our enthusiasm, upping our productivity, and talking to other people, kind of bringing that physical movement of Mars, that war movement energy in, and bringing that into some high ideas and where do we want to go and what do we want to accomplish today. Also on the 29th, we have Mercury in Capricorn trining Uranus in Taurus. So Mars, communication, is out of retrograde, but is still in post-shadow energy. So it's not as strong as it was. And trining, like I said, is all about that flowing or communication energy. And then Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is about changing and fluctuation. And Taurus is all about that sensual, peaceful energy. And so ideas today can be found outside of the box, way, way, way outside of the box. Anytime you have Uranus in anything, Uranus is outside the box. Already started outside the box. And this can bring some great insights. And because you're outside the box so much, it's kind of like maybe what you want is inside the box, or maybe it was never in the box to begin with. So you have to figure that one out a little bit. But this is a great day to kind of embrace some unconventional or unwheeling energy of kind of like, what are the plans that I want to change? What are the things I want to change today? What is the day that I want to kind of step into this own energy? Let's move into On the 30th, on January 30th, we have our moon entering the sign of Gemini, which is all about mental activity and really kind of thinking up new ideas, new plans. And we're coming into just a few weeks away from Valentine's Day. I know the commercials are already on TV. Valentine's Day is coming. And so what are the new plans or new ideas that you want to bring in? Or maybe there are some new things that you want to bring up in your love life that you want to really talk about. So this is a great day to kind of bring in communications. Where do you want to start to talk about things? What are the plans that you're ready to make? And finding some positive ways to expressing yourself very openly, kind of talking about things. Where is this all coming in from? Let's see. Our last day of January 2023 is our moon in Gemini, trining our sun in Aquarius. Trinings are all about that flow or communication. Our moon is our emotions. Gemini is all about moving forward and communicating and giving ourselves that mental kick in the brain. Our sun is our ego, and our Aquarius is all about our revolutionary energy. So this is going to be a day that we're going to want to really hunker down and kind of be comfortable, really focus on what's coming up in our mind, clear out any frustrations or anything that hasn't been going well, and kind of clearing those all out and getting ourselves ready to focus on what's coming up next. I guarantee you there is lots coming up next, and there's a lot of things that you're going to be ready to want to change in February 2023. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.